Okie doke. All right. So, we are back once again. Let us see what we can do today. This a little softer. Yeah, I like the sea foam. Maybe we'll do that. Something like that. Okay, so. I have a couple things to do here. Finish up. And then we're gonna actually do some painting. I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna go and do that. Not 100% sure how I'm gonna handle that process yet, but we'll figure it out. This is a jewel case, so I think that's an alright color for that. Oh, come on. Okay. And then this we'll do just like that and that. Sure, we'll go with that. And then this thing. Oh, I just realized whatever, I'll just do it this way. Then the clothes will be it's gonna be blown out by the light anyway. That. And then this, the band right here. Sure. We'll go with that. Okay, so now, all right. I'm more or less happy with all the colors. So now what I need to do is take a wash brush, regular wash brush, and we are basically going to be going through and we are going to start coloring this. So this is flats. I need to do the light, and the way the light is going to work is coming in, so that at the top of that is going to be, so the underside of this will be probably cast across this floor up here like so. Well, do that. Kind of a projection. And I'll need to clear that because it's not going to get the underside. Or this, for that try that. Oh, and then of course the crossbar. Okay. So now what I can do is go here, color that in, go add glow, that, Shift I, say shadow. We're gonna go hard light. We're actually also gonna do this. We're gonna go down and grab a nice dark kind of blue. Up. Along with those lines. Okay, but we're also gonna kind of back that off, and we're also going to go here. We're gonna grab you. Figure out wherever the light hits, we want to have the light hit as well. And then we can actually all of this light here. Okay. Yeah, something like that. So now what I can do is we can begin to paint things. The way I want to do that is I want to just select these okay, so what we're going to do is I'm actually going to switch over to color picker here. And now what we can do is we can begin to kind of think of our light. So, for example, I want this to kind of brighten itself up. Brighter, actually. And the cool thing is that you'll notice that like blue is getting pulled in. I actually want that because that'll give it some nice variance. And this here. We'll actually start blending the color a little closer to what we want. Even start kind of giving ourselves a little bit of color on the underside. This will just give it a nice texture. So you can imagine this is going to take a while. And so that's the thing about like all these colors that I was saying is that they're not the final color, they're just guides that will kind of inform the color as I go through and I paint. Okay, so let's go with that. And then I actually just realized I'm painting on the flats, so actually kind of I do want to do that. Hello, Teddy. Good to see you. Oh boy. We actually are going to do it that way though, because that allows for like more blending and such. So we're gonna call this paint. We're gonna get rid of the other layer, and we're just gonna kind of do it by hand a lot of it, because that's a lot more fun than sitting there. Oh, I'll worry about that later, but I am going to need to turn the lights on, so I'll show how that's done here later. And I'll need to do it for this as well, but for now. Half finished coloring without you. Well, I did stream on Tuesday, so if you're not here, I can't help it. But you've come in at a more exciting point in the coloring process, because we are actually painting as opposed to just doing the flats. The flats are honestly kind of boring. Some people really enjoy doing flats, but after working for 3+ years on a comic where I had to flat every single page, all right. That being said, now I gotta figure out, okay, so here's close light, dark purple. We're gonna do now some ambient occlusion. We're actually gonna kind of go with a more seafoamy kind of areas that are a little bit brighter. Your stuff died and you lost your charger. That is a shame. The VOD is still up. Not terribly exciting, but if it is of interest, you can see the whole process. Well, I will admit, I did work a little bit off stream. I know, terrible. But I did have to make some progress. And like I said, it was just flats. You didn't miss much. Okay, so kind of pulling from the red here. I actually kind of want. Why is that so stupid? I wonder if I could make a palette. Ah, hello, 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 hello. Yes, I can. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. And of course, you guys over on phone can't see it. Okay, then in that case, I'm going to add display capture Cintiq. Okay, there we go. And this is just going to go over it like so. So I want you to be able to see this. Okay. That'll be good enough. Okay, so yes, so I can actually do a color palette here. I believe I can clear it. Clear. There we go. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put down the dark. I'm going to put down the light. And I'm going to do something kind of in between. So I'm actually going to make this a touch bigger as well. This is really nice though, because this is actually like how you do it. If you've ever seen, you know, Bob Ross doing his thing, and you're all like, oh wow, that's really cool. This is how he does it. This is how we do it. I'm actually going to color there. Okay, so now what I can do is I can grab, oh, I want the actual base color to kind of work in. So I have some of those midtones again, and then I can go over here and grab the lighter tone. So that's, oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. I do like that. Looks great, thank you. I am very happy to hear that. be ashamed to put so much work in it and not look so good. Sometimes that happens. But then you remind yourself, like, hey, at the end of the day, I still made it. As long as you can enjoy your own work, even when it's not the best. Come on. That's a good thing. That's actually one thing that I always do really encourage, because a lot of times, you know, people will kind of like bash their older work. And I'm like, well, you drew it because you loved it at one point. Otherwise, you wouldn't draw it. So I think it's important to kind of maintain that appreciation of your older work. It's kind of like talking down to your past self if you don't. Certainly, you've gotten better. But I think you have your older self to thank a lot more than you think. That's your attitude towards your older work. You have a question? Go ahead and shoot. I always like questions. Well, I'll give the same answer that I gave last time, which is if you print it out on something like a cake or something like that, I mean, sure. I don't see why not. I don't see how I would be able to stop that even if it was... I will say that's kind of irritating, but I can't undo. Oh, wait, yes I can. Okay, good. They thought of it. How do I want to handle? I want more color, so I'm actually gonna throw in a little bit of like violet here. Sometimes you just gotta like wrap the wheel around a touch a little bit further than you would think. And just throw in some nice color somewhere. You're not that dark. Even if it doesn't 100% make sense. Logic. Speaking of not making sense, let's go ahead and grab the darker color and throw it back here. Since these are tucked away. There we go. I think we also need to add a bit more of the dark around here. I'm going to go back and grab this nice violet or magenta, more like. I'm going to throw that in here. Get some of those midtones in there a little bit more. Oops. There we go. Yeah, if we turn off the shadow, you can see just how colorful everything kind of gets. And we like that. We like color. Color is our friend. Okay. Let's go to Flat's copy and let's grab the other wall. And I believe that wall and then that wall is the last of the walls. And then we can move on. And I'll probably do the floor next. You're just working on a drawing? Nice. I remember back in the day, I used to put on streamers and work alongside them a lot more than I do now. I don't have a whole lot of streamers that I go out of my way to watch now. I have a number here and there. Traditional style, corners are darker. I actually probably should consider that for over here as well. Oh, whoops. And why are corners darker? Because light has a harder time getting into them. Call that ambient occlusion. Oops. Something like that. And we'll probably kind of buff up the light eventually. But for now, I'm kind of sticking generic. Okay, so let's go and do the floor now. And the floor is going to be interesting because you have to deal with this light. Paint. So let's go ahead and. Where's I can't. Okay, I can zoom out. Okay. So let's go ahead and keep that. Can I like sing? Let's go ahead and grab our layer color. that down. And we're gonna go more of a, like a darker green as things get. Yeah, we'll go with that. And then a kind of a light yellow. Orangish glow. Oh, you got school? All right. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. So, good luck with the drawing and the school. Okay, let's see here. Let's give this a shot. So we're gonna grab you, and we're gonna. That's a closet. I forgot to do the knob. Dang it. I'll worry about that. Or maybe not at all. I don't know. I'm just gonna map it. Introduce the blue in there, which is dark. Bit of a down. I don't think they're here anymore. Their last name. Well, I'm probably going to like redo the window fall. Yeah. Whatever you call it. The shadow. Goodness. Eventually. That there. go. I might try throwing in a little bit of color bit. Not crazy about that green. Kind of looks musty. Probably have to throw in a bit more color elsewhere. Any of the floor is going to be tricky. Think about this. I might actually, hold on, let's try some really deep blue here. Very saturated. Close to kind of the mid-tone green. like that a little bit more, but now we need to actually make it look good. Brighten this up here because this honestly wouldn't be this dark. There's still a lot of light like bouncing around. This whole room is lit up more or less. It's just degrees of light. There we go. And I'm actually going to do the same over here. Same right down here. Go ahead now and start integrating this in. And of course I Dang it. Most everything else should go much faster. But we'll see. I wonder if I could push the contrast a bit. One second. Saturation. Oops. No, we don't want to do that. Well, let's go ahead and now be thinking about what do we want to... Might move on from the floor for a bit and think about that one. This is tucked under here, so what do I want to do next? Part of me wants to do the desk next. Let's do that. And we are going to, for the darker. For the lighter, okay, so now, come on. The blue is nice because it kind of ties everything together. Gives that kind of consistency. Some of that blue from the wall. Really good. Hello, Sam. Good to see you. And welcome back, Lily. Good to see you. And the floor might need some more. What's going on in this panel? Well, this is not a panel. This is concept art for a character's room from a story. So this will actually be the basis for prop design for an animation. Yeah. Eventually, one of these days, I'll probably will do some comics with these characters, but this particular instance, this is actually intended as a guide for some animation. Let's see. life on the window is glowing. So that is a nice little trick. So the key behind working with light is knowing where intensity begins and ends, right? So the way that I get it to look like it's glowing is, so I have the light source, right, which is the window, which you won't get brighter than white. White is the brightest that something can be, right? There are degrees of brightness, but we can't perceive them. So white is as far as you can go, right? And then, so this is the source, right? So that light is casting into the room, and I use a, I actually use a layer to kind of just give a little extra glow through a. I could show this for everyone else. I actually have this layer on Add Glow, which if I turn that off, see it's not as bright, but when you have it on Add Glow, it brightens it up, very useful. And so from there, my goal and objective is simply to create more intensity around where that light is more present. So in the case of the windowsill, it's right there, so it's going to have a lot of brightness on it. So that means that there's no shadows, which I also have a shadow layer. And so it gives this contrast, and contrast is the key. Am I going to add shadow behind the stuffed animal a little bit? I probably will. I'm kind of, I'm still sort of, this is more just like a guide for myself. So this will probably be redone more organically. So the really hard edges will go away, and it'll be replaced by a softer, kind of more painted edge. But yeah, so short answer is yes. Right now, though, we're working on the desk. Now, let's go ahead and so one thing that's kind of nice about using the shadow, as I was actually mentioning this earlier, is that it will actually kind of normalize within the shadow all of the color and the light that you're using. So what that means is that I want the shadows to be very blue. I want them to have a blue tint to them. So I don't have to worry about catering the palette as much. So that's a big benefit of digital painting, for sure. I don't have to do washes and be really selective. I can just kind of go based on the base color alone. All right, so let's go ahead. Oh, I need to grab this as well. I didn't miss it. And something else that's really cool, especially about this brush and why I'm painting on the actual layer itself, is you might notice that there's little hints of blue that get kind of swept in. That's because this brush actually does pull color from surrounding areas and stuff like that. It'll mix together, so it gives it a nice softer kind of feel and more mixed kind of feel. For the fun of it, actually, I want to turn off the inks. Yeah, so that's how it's looking without the inks. I do need to work on this floor a little bit more. I feel like it needs more color. Some of the darker areas, so I'll work on that as well. Heading off there, Lily? Alright. Catch you later. This is going to be, oh, you're, that, there we go. Exactly what I wanted. Maybe brighten it up a touch. Too much band. Something like that. Nice thing with the styles, don't gotta be perfect. Just has to do its job. Part of me keeps on looking at the floor and being like, I really need to redo that. Actually, I'm gonna try something here. Ooh, I actually really like the look of pin light. Because hard light's kind of crushing the color a little bit more than I would like. Your burn is a little too dark as well. Multiply. A lot of people use multiply, but I'm never really particularly fond of it, to be honest. So we might go with pin light. Pin light kind of brings back a little bit of the color. There's a little bit more of the atmosphere that I'm going for. Hello, guilty. Good to see you. So, and then with a little bit of extra work, we can probably get good. How am I doing? I'm all right. I'm pretty tired. This will be an interesting month to say the least. So I've got a lot of stuff that I need to get sorted, but I'm all right. I'm doing okay. That. The appointment, it went fine, yeah. It was a little bit funny because like I wasn't totally sure like when I would need to get picked up, so I was a little bit in scramble mode trying to figure out like who I can get to pick me up, because obviously when you're put under, you know, you can't drive anywhere, right? For those who don't know, I went and got a procedure done. And sure enough, I'm going to be going in for surgery at some point. I have a consultation later this month, so there's a really good chance it's not going to be until next month, which sucks. But it is what it is. Yeah, I'm pretty disappointed that it was like, well, not disappointed. I kind of expected it, but it's annoying because now it's like, okay, well, I guess I have to plan out for like next month or even November, depending on availability. So yeah, there's a lot on my mind. On top of that, unfortunately, I had to make a lot of phone calls today, but one of the things I'm really trying to do is I'm still trying to get the whole license thing figured out for teaching. And I cannot get anyone to like respond. It's very frustrating because it's like school's in session. I want to start getting jobs where I can to help make this month not horrible for my bank account, but whatever. Not really a whole lot of that about it I can do, to be honest. So. I probably really should open up to commissions, just to try to get a little bit more cash flow. So that would be good. Need to look into that. Heading off their last name. All right, catch you later. Have a good one. Yeah, we'll see. Alternatively, boost the luminosity and the saturation. Yeah, that's hard light. I do like that a bit more. Sometimes things are just like that. Yeah. I mean, I've already kind of written off this month, as far as, making anything or anything like that. Like, at the end of the day, I'm pivoting my whole career, I guess. Yeah, there's only so much you can do, right? Okay, so that's most of all the boards and junk done. Let's do... Yeah, you know what? We're gonna just use this. New video setup. I've been doing the vertical setup for a while now, for like YouTube algorithm things. So it's a little bit new. I started it a few weeks back. It's actually been going pretty good. people stop in, say hello. Just cool. Oops. Okay, I don't want that. Yeah, get the yellow of the socks in there. Nice. There we go. And of course, there's some pockets I forget to get. There we go. Okay. I want to work on the curtains now. Let's grab the base color. Let's put that down. That's fine. It's about the same as that. And now, brighter. Like that. Now darker. Okay. Okay. There we go. All right. Hello, Jessica. It's good to see you. Let's see. I'm mostly doing the big items. Let's go and do the chest drawers. Go ahead and grab. Oh. Interesting. Here. Go ahead and say that's our door. Keep on. Now we need a light. Go. So. Now this is going to be a simple wash since this is a front kind of facing thing, but I will also do a little bit of an edge at the bottom to make it look like, since it doesn't have knobs, I'm going to make it look like it has like something to grab from underneath. So that would be good. Need to go terribly dark for this because it's right in the line of light, so it wouldn't super dark. Like, that might be a little too dark. That. I'm gonna grab the light. Okay, now for the fun of it, let's see what we can do with this. Again, we don't want it to be too dark. That does seem to work. There's a little shape to it. So if that's the case, let's go and grab the other tone here. That. We'll need this. Now take the mid and what's this? There we go. Actually, one more thing. Just one more thing. One more thing. I've been watching Columbo with a friend every now and again. That's a fun show. Go, now we have a little bit of darkness across the top, which makes sense. And then now we can do this. And I'm gonna keep the same tone. So I think I should be able to go. Might have to go darker in the corner because ambient occlusion. But let's see what we can do here. There. I just realized that for the fun of it. Okay. Not 100% sure how I want to do the bed yet. That's kind of why I'm holding off on it. I actually might call it. I'm quite hungry. I'm not gonna lie. I've been doing shorter streams as of late, but I think it's just because I've had so many other things to like worry about. So I'll go ahead and leave this here for now. I do really want to get this done because I want to start making the props and then actually animating. That is the ultimate goal for this, but for now I'm gonna go ahead and leave it here. Hopefully next week I'll be able to do some longer streams. I don't know. Depends on how. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up here. Thank you, Skunks. I appreciate that. That being said, I will be back on Tuesday. I'll be. What will I be doing? I'll be doing more of this probably. Hopefully wrapping this up sometime early next week is going to be my goal. But we'll see. It all depends. And then after that, I'll be taking all of these kind of props, things like that, and designing them for 3D space. They'll still be, kind of like cardboard cutouts essentially, but it'll look kind of neat. And then I'll start animating it and whatnot. So yeah, look forward to that. And until then, yeah, we'll just keep going. Hopefully I can get some things sorted out here soon. We're going to see how it goes. We're going to see how this month goes. But either way, catch you guys later. Take care. And goodbye.